There are many different ways to play when it comes to controllers. In today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat about my favorite, but also when it comes to, let's say, bringing this emulation or gaming experience to the next level. Let's say give it a little bit of an arcade touch. And I think that's going to be absolutely one of those cool ways you can play, but not also for not a lot of money. What do I mean? So first of all, we have 8-bit controllers. Ah man, I love them, and they have both a different cool way to play. The Xbox 360 that I'm always using for playing emulation, all kinds of devices. But you know, there are all kinds of different Hori or Mad Catz older sticks that are becoming way more affordable nowadays. So when it comes to collectible, let's say, things like particular sticks, not everything going to be super cheap to the cheap. Particularly when I'm going to be buying one in a box. But the reason why I love these Xbox 360 arcade sticks, because they're actually like an Xbox 360 controller, the 6 input, meaning that we have great compatibility for emulation and many other titles. This is the Dead Alive 4 stick, and it doesn't really matter because it's just the hardware Dead Alive 4, but we do have a 6-button configuration, meaning we can play all kinds of cool games, including some Street Fighter. But this can be a very cool way to play arcade games on a very cheap way, depending on the kind of stick you want to have, and of course layout, size, and does it come with a box or not, and where you're living. Because in some places of the world we can find these things for not a lot of money, and you can actually buy them for cheap, or at least with me over here. So what I love about these sticks, particularly when it comes to the Hori, they are really good quality. Comes with a metal, let's say, plate on the bottom, so we're having this very nice weight to it, so it doesn't going to be start sliding, and that's everything that you're going to be needing for the controls. Of course, the indication for the controller, what player you're going to be, back, start, we're having LB and RB button, a very nice, decent joystick, and buttons. Long travel, but they have like a really nice touch. So when it comes to playing this is going to be a lot of fun, but how we're going to be playing it? Let's connect it, let's do a little bit of gameplay, and let's do a little bit of emulation. Yeah. So let's combine the stick itself with the Chris Kumo 2TB. Yeah, I have this PC laying around, did just finish up some videos. But when it comes to this stick, oh man, you can do some really cool things. Of course, we already did a light gun chit chat about it. But let's plug this thing in. And what I love about it is it's going to be recognized by the player one. So in other words, what you can just do is fairly easy get into the game. And just start playing, because these images, particularly when it comes to PC, X input is plug and play. So if you're having a controller or an 8-bit Xbox controller or the stick, we're going to be having a lot of fun. So let's play some games. I don't know if this is going to be like the ultimate stick, but the simple reason I do miss when it comes to, let's say, the turbo button, or at least I don't know if this thing actually has it. I love it that had like the headphone jack for the original controller. So that's actually what we're going to be needing. But beside that, this thing works plug and play. But let's boot up a game like 1994, and this way we can just super easily play and just have a lot of fun. We can also plug this thing into, let's say, an Alec device, Bottasera, you name it. It actually can work just fine like that. Playing is going to be just like a super easy plug and play solution, and that is what I love about it. The joystick is in high quality when you can just feel it. It's very responsive, and do get myself like a little bit of an arcade feeling going on over here. If you have like multiple sticks, you can combine it with an Xbox controller. You can just be plugging that in and will automatically notice this as a player too. And you know, and that's like one of the many things I love about, let's say, these Xbox 360 controllers. I also had like the Mad Catz Tournament Edition. That's like more professional, bigger one, and also more expensive one. But you can just get yourself some of these sticks. So if you're finding an Xbox 360 arcade stick and you want to have like a little bit of an arcade fun, yeah, this is absolutely a great way. Like I mentioned before, if you have like a super console stick, or let's say in console itself laying around, it's such a very cool way to play. You can just easily plug it in. Sometimes it's already configured Xbox 360 controller, so it will automatically recognize it. And in this way we can just fairly easy like play. Also the latest Pandora's boxes had an option for an Xbox 360 controller, so also this particular one. So, and this way I think that is such a cool thing. Moving on to some fighting games. Let's see how they actually configure this. Okay. The joystick is something I really need to get used to, because normally I do play with Sanwa, but there's like a minor wiggle to it. and a satisfying click. So far, so good. Man, Art of Fighting is such a beautiful game. You know, these games are timeless in my opinion. But I get my ass kicked over here. But what I also find cool, that if you want to play modern games, if you want to play Killer Instinct through Steam, or you just want to play Street Fighter like I'm doing over here, you can actually play it with this particular joystick too. No problem. And of course, when it comes to the X input, it's just absolutely amazing. Let's see how that move was. How can I actually teleport? I have no idea. Nope, that was not the move I wanted to do. Just wanted to see if I can do this freaking 360. I have no idea if all of the buttons are correctly aligned. But if you want to just play some old school retro emulation or modern games, yeah, this can be a very cool way to play. Depending, I already mentioned, like how cheap you can actually find them, because some of them can be very expensive because they are actually kind of collectible. But if you can find them for cheap and you just want to do a little bit of an arcade feel gaming with not a lot of money with X input, this can be a very cool way to play. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing and let me know in the comments what you think of this, and it will be great to see you in the next video.